Did Nintendo just skip an entire generation? Are you kidding me? I got things to say about the Nintendo Direct, all right? Please stay tuned, guys. I'll be right back. Lit it. Welcome to Game Jam. Really appreciate you guys being here today. Today I gotta talk about this here. I am so freaking excited. I'm gonna cut this here right now, okay? I am so excited. Just look at this. Look at this game. Look at Mario Kart World. See, one of my predictions was that it's going to be called Mario Kart 9. I mean, everybody said the same thing, Mario Kart 9. But I also said, who knows, can be called something different. And it was. It is called Mario Kart World, all right? So I'm here to talk about the Nintendo Direct. I saw it a couple of times today, and I could not see enough of it. I had to watch it again and watch it again and look at all the specs, the features, and the game and stuff like that. And I am like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? All right, I'm going to talk about this, all right? So first of all, Super Mario Kart World, okay? Exactly like I predicted. I predicted that the game is going to be much bigger, much more open, kind of like an open world game. And this is exactly what it is. You can not only just drive on the track, but you can literally drive off the track and you can drive wherever the hell you want to drive. All right? This is a game changer with the combination of having different types of weather effects that will influence your driving. You know, it can become day or night. You know, you can drive with up to 24 people in this game. And there's also a mode where you can do like an open world mode where you can drive all the way across the country as a race with other people. And if you get too far behind, then you literally get knocked off. You know, you basically, you get knocked off if you're trailing too much behind the other cars, And I cannot imagine all the things you can do. But look at this world. Look how big this is. This is freaking insane. And the graphic just looks freaking gorgeous. I mean, it looks just freaking gorgeous, I looked at it over and over again, and I'm just blown away, And the good thing is that this game comes out on the launch day with the Nintendo Switch 2. And the launch, as far as I know, was it in June? I didn't write this one down right now, but I know it's coming out. I think it was in June. Okay, the launch is going to be in June of 2025 of the Nintendo Switch 2, and there's some games that are coming with this at the same time. And Mario Kart World is going to be one of the games that comes right with it. It also comes as a bundle. So you can also, if you don't want to buy just the system and you want to buy the system and the game, you can actually get a whole bundle that goes with that, But I'm amazed. I mean, this game looks just freaking gorgeous. I cannot get enough of seeing this. I cannot wait to see more about this game. But they have shown us a lot about this. They have shown us a lot about it, okay? Now, the other thing that I want to talk about really quickly is regarding the actual system of the Nintendo Switch. I mean, one of the things that completely blew me away, and I was kind of predicting that this is going to happen, is that the Nintendo Switch 2 has 4K capability in dock mode, okay? So basically, when you put it in the dock mode, you have 4K quality of your games. And not only that, but Nintendo took it a whole new step further out, like a whole new level. It has up to 120 freaking frames per second. 120 frames per second is freaking amazing, okay? This is performance mode, okay? Graphics mode is 60 frames per second in 4K. What the hell are you doing, PlayStation? Not even PlayStation can do that, but here we go, Nintendo can do that. Okay, Nintendo can pull the very thing that we always were wishing for. Actually, we were wishing for just having 60 frames per second in any game. Okay, something that the PlayStation can't even pull off. But yet the Nintendo can do this. and beyond that can go up to 100 frames per second in performance mode. Hello, PlayStation, wake up! Hello, PlayStation Pro, wake up! All right? Wake up! All right, now with that said, let's talk about some of the other specs that I really, really love about this, okay? One of the things that the Nintendo Switch 2 has is called chat, like game chat, where basically, you can chat with other people while you're playing. But not only that, you can also, because it actually has a camera that goes with that, so the people that you're playing with, they can see you guys can see each other. But not only that, you can actually change the size of the screen. So if you want to actually, make yourself a little bigger so the person can see you better, you can do that. You can even go into and see the other person's game, and you can even share it so that you can actually take control over the other game if you're trying to help the other person or whatsoever, Very intuitive what you can do. And it also has really good headphones and microphones, especially the microphone, the built-in microphone in the system. It actually has a new technology where basically it really avoids all kinds of background noises. So even if somebody's in the background cooking in the kitchen, it will not really pick up. It's really focused on picking up your audio of your voice instead of any background noises, So the chat camera and the whole game chat thing, the chat game, whatever you want to call that, it's just a great addition to the Nintendo Switch that was revealed, The other thing that I noticed about, which was really cool about the Nintendo Switch 2, that it has a USB-C input on the bottom and on the top, which means when you play it in the actual, when you put it on the table, because it's hard to, because on the first Nintendo Switch, you only had it on the bottom. So when you put it on the table, you couldn't put it on the table unless, you were running out of battery, But with the Nintendo Switch 2, you can plug it on the top. So which means that you can actually put it down there and you can let this play forever because you have it plugged in the whole time, which is really cool, The other thing that the Nintendo Switch 2 has, which is really amazing in the actual dock mode, because it's a much more powerful machine versus the first one, is that it has a cooling fan built in. Actually, you're going to see it there right in the video right there. It has a cooling fan built in to make sure your CPU stays cool and fresh, while you're playing the game so your system doesn't overheat, Really amazing. Also, the internal storage is much bigger, up to like 6 times or whatever bigger than the first one. The first one only had 32 gigabyte, but the new one, the Nintendo Switch 2, has 256 gigabyte of storage. Now that's internal storage. You can also get external storage by getting, the actual, SD cards. One thing that I noticed is that with the SD cards, I don't think you'd be able to use the ones that you had. You have to get different SD cards in order to run with the Nintendo Switch 2. So it's going to be a little investment there. But you know what? Once you buy them once, then you have them for good, okay? And then you can line up all your games on there and stuff like that. All right? The other thing that is really cool about the Nintendo Switch 2 is that it has exactly the thing that I predicted. What I predicted was that some of the games that you already have, you'll be able to play in the Nintendo Switch 2 on a better quality. And one of these games that you can play in a better quality, which I'm really happy about, me personally, I'm really excited about that, is the fact that you can play Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Zelda Breath of the Wild. You can play this on the Nintendo Switch 2 on a much, much higher frame rate, up to 4K, in HDR. All that is in there, so you're really going to enjoy playing this game in a much higher frame rate. And I'm actually looking forward to playing Tears of the Kingdom all over again, just to enjoy the higher frame rate, the 4K resolution. I mean, this has everything that I want. I'm so freaking excited about that. And then the other thing I want to talk about is that it has a whole bunch of games that are coming with, okay? There's a bunch of games that are coming out. Some games that were on the PlayStation are coming over to the Nintendo Switch, such as Elden Ring or Final Fantasy VII, I heard. There are other games that are coming off of the Nintendo Switch. There are some remakes coming out. There's the Metroid Prime coming out, which looks really, really cool, that one. And there are some new games coming out exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2. Not only the Mario World, the Mario Kart World, but also there's a new Zelda coming out where you're actually going to be playing as Zelda herself. And it's going to be a previous story that led up to Tears of the Kingdom. So we're basically going to see what happened before Tears of the Kingdom, So it's a brand new game. It probably still has the same Breath of the Wild engine and the graphics based on what I saw. But it's just a whole new story. It may be a whole new different types of role-playing game where you're actually going to be playing as Zelda, which is really, really cool. I am really so excited about that, There are also a whole bunch of different games coming out, like I mentioned before, some remakes. One thing that's coming out that's really cool is that there's actually going to be the emulation of the GameCube coming on the Nintendo Switch 2, which means that they're going to start bringing a whole bunch of GameCube games onto the Nintendo Switch 2. And not only that, but you can actually get the GameCube. They're actually going to make an actual GameCube controller that looks just like the original one. The only difference is that it has the actual C button on top. With the C button, you can basically do your, your online play. You can do your play chat, you chatting, stuff like that, But it looks just like the original GameCube controller, and it's obviously wireless, so no more wire. So really cool with that, And it has, like I said, it has a bunch of games. And it also has, what I predicted was, it actually has the mouse controller. So they're going to actually making some games that are very compatible with the mouse controller. For example, there's a game coming out. It's like a basketball game where you play with a wheelchair. What was it called? I'm trying to think about it. It was called something like Drag and Drive Wheelchair, something like that, where you play basketball, where you actually use the mouse, to control, you go like this with the mouse on the ground, you're actually speeding up the wheelchair, and as you're twisting the mouse, one to the front, one to the back, you're basically turning your wheelchair around, and then you can lift the mouse, you can do like this, and then you throw the basketball into the ball. Looks pretty interesting. I don't think I'm a big fan of that, but it's kind of good to make a game that is like different, maybe to reach a newer audience, games, people that want to play more simple games, stuff like that, Overall, I am very excited about the Nintendo Switch 2. And I predict that this is going to be a little more expensive than $399. I actually did some research. I heard rumors about that it's going to cost like $450, maybe even $499, which is going to be like a little bit pushy. But I have a feeling it's going to be like around $450 now. And I would not really want to pay a cent more than that. So please, Nintendo, don't make it like $500. But even for $450, all the features that you are getting and everything that comes with that is really worth the price. However, there's a few things that I personally not a really big fan of. The first thing is that any games that you already have for the Nintendo, if they are playable on the Nintendo Switch 2, in order to really enjoy the better graphics, you actually have to purchase the upgrade for that. And who knows how much that is. If it's like $10, then it's okay. But I got a feeling it's going to be like $20 or maybe even $30 just to upgrade to have the nicer graphics. This is something that I personally not really like a big fan of, Not a really big fan of that. The other thing that I'm not really so enthusiastic is that, you're already purchasing the actual camera so that you can do the chat, but you still have to pay a subscription in order to use that camera and to actually chat with people online, So you're purchasing the camera, and then you still have to buy a membership or a subscription in order to actually use the online features and the chat, so that you don't really, play with other people. So that's something that I'm not really a big fan of. I wish that, but you buy the camera, it should be included in that. You already buy the whole system, you buy the game, and you buy whatever else features, so why also pay for that? Not a big fan, but maybe I can play with my son or something like that in the future. Then maybe it comes in handy. You know, my son is worth any penny, by the way. Anyway, so with that said, those are all the things that I want to talk about with the Nintendo Direct and with the Nintendo Switch 2. I am personally very hyped and really excited about that, and oh man, I can't wait for it to come out. I wish I would have known exactly the date, but I know. Oh, hold on. I think it is. You know what? I don't want to say anything wrong. I know it's in June. I know it's June 2025. Don't have the date right now exactly, but I know it's in June 2025 when it comes out. I am personally really excited about the Nintendo Switch 2. If you're excited about this, guys, please let me know in the comment section below. I would really appreciate that. And with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Peace out.